Grayson County and Central Hardin about ready to get underway here from East Hardin Middle School, Old East Hardin Middle School, which should be a great matchup as Grayson County takes on one of the third region's top teams. And a good evening here and welcome to Glendale, Kentucky for tonight's coverage of Grayson County Cougar basketball on K105 and also live via K105 Digital Productions. Coming up on our locker room show, we're going to introduce you to both Central Hardin and Grayson County. We will talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Travis Johnston, and more as this is Cougar basketball on K105.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can.
Welcome back here to Old East Hardin Middle School, where the Grayson County Cougars are getting ready to take on the Bruins of Central Hardin. The players you'll need to know tonight for Central Hardin, but looking out, I was told pregame that Central Hardin was going to be without their leading scorer, Brett Decker, and they weren't necessarily sure was Grayson County whether he'd actually going to be there or not, but he's not out there warming up, so it looks like Central Hardin going to be without Brett Decker, and that's a huge loss for the Central Hardin team. 27.3 points per game for Decker. He's shooting 58% from the field, 53% from three, and he's just a casual 24 of 25 on his free throw attempts this season. That is a huge loss for the Central Hardin team if, in fact, he is not going to play, and he is not out warming up right now here at Old East Hardin High School. So they're going to have to turn towards Ace Jaggers, their second leading scorer, but when your second leading scorer is still averaging over 14 points a game, that's usually a good sign. Jacob Fredrickson is averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds. Adam Hobbs averaging just under 3 points a game. Nolan Stith averages 8.5 points a contest. Grayson County on a 3-game losing streak. We'll take a break and introduce you to them. Coming up after this, this is Cougar basketball right here on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Remember.
Honor. Teach.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit wreathsacrossamerica.org.
At Midway Pharmacy.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Grayson County about to take on Central Hardin here from Old East Hardin Middle School in Glendale. We're not at Central Hardin High School tonight because Central Hardin is having their entire high school renovated, and their gym is in the process of renovating right now, so they don't have anywhere to play. That's why we're at Old East Hardin in Glendale. That's where they're playing all of their home games this year. They don't have a ton of home games, as they had one last Friday against E-Town. But as a whole on the year, they only have 7 total home games. Grayson County is one of those 7s. For the Cougars, River Blanton, the leading scorer, under 16 points a game, 8 rebounds a contest. Jack Logston also in double figures at just over 10. Right now, Grayson's just trying to get that offense going again, as Grayson County, in their last time out only scored 39 points against Edmonson County. In fact, in their last three, during this three-game losing streak, they've scored 132 total points. In their first two games of the season, they also combined for 132 points. Your average is really dropping. This offense is going to have to go if they want to go up against a Central Hardin team that is averaging just under 70 points a game. But as we mentioned, Central Hardin appears to be without their best player, and Brett Decker, who seems to be, we were told before the game he was under the weather, and he's still not come out to warm up as of now, and we're just about 12 minutes away from tip-off. Grayson County is coached by Travis Johnston. We'll take a break, talk to him after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston. Coach, you've had the chance to go back and watch the film from Friday. Did you feel better or worse?
A little bit better as far as our defense goes. I mean, we kind of held them to 38, 39 points until we had to foul there at the end. And then, of course, free throws. And I think we cut it to 4 there at 36-32 after we had the lead 28-22. But it was just too much runs. And then when they went on their run, we went away from who we are. River didn't touch the ball there for about 5 or 6 minutes straight. And that's my fault. And we've went back to the drawing board to make sure that don't happen again. But we just weren't very good offensively, and you're not going to win very many games if you score 39 points, and that counts a throw-in 3 there at the buzzer too.
Speaking of offense, through the first 2 games of the season, your team scored 132 points. Of the last 3, your team has scored 132 points. Do you read anything into that? Is that opponent-based, or is that really something that's worrying you about offense?
A little bit opponent-based. I think Brett tried to play a speed-up game. I think Bullitt Central tried to a little bit, and that helped us. Edmonton's always been really good at controlling tempo, and then Ohio County's just really good. And I think the biggest thing for us is transition. We're not getting anything in transition these last 2 games, or last 3 games, even Campbellsville. We have to get out and go more and get to the free throw line. Caden shot 17 free throws the first 2 games, and he hadn't shot one since. River didn't shoot any free throws Friday night. Jack he's 15 for 20, which isn't bad, but he should be going there more and making a little bit more. So we have to get out and run more and push the pace when it's there. We need to be a balanced team to be able to score in the half court, throwing it inside, and then getting out and running, because we have guys who are running. We're just kind of being lazy right now.
When I got to the gym on Friday night at probably about 3:30, 3:45, one of your players was out shooting. It was 4 hours until his game started, 2 hours until the girls' game started. And the player that it immediately made me think of that would also be in that realm was Keegan Sharp. I don't know if you know the player that was out there shooting, but he was completely doing different plays, different shots, and it was your 8th grader, Caden Hanshaw. What does that work ethic say? Because especially when Keegan Sharp proved that you put the work in, you're going to improve.
Well, people think it's some kind of secret, but it's really not. The more time you spend in the gym, the basketball is a repetitive game, just like baseball is, hitting it. And our freshman JV went to Ohio County last night, and their best player, arguably the best player in the region, was shooting before the game, and then waited till after the freshman JV and was still there after the game. And as far as he goes, he needs to translate that over. I still think he's playing with a mindset of I'm an 8th grader, maybe I shouldn't do this or do that, but he's got to go and play free because he's our best guy at attacking the rim and finishing around it. So the more you get in the gym, the better you're going to be, and it's always good to see, especially once you see somebody like Keegan Sharp who really got better by doing that.
When I think about Central Hardin, I really usually this is the point where I ask you a question about the team or so on, but really it's more of just a statement and a name that I need to bring you. Brett Decker.
He's really good. Obviously, committed to Liberty already as a junior, and I think he's averaging 27.3 points a game, and he's shooting over 50% from the three-point line, or if not at 50, close to it. And he's just really, really good, and he's a really good shooter. And we remember him as a freshman, and he was good then, and we knew how good he could be later on. We're just kind of waiting for him to graduate and get on out of here because you can't stop him. You just have to try to contain him and make him a volume guy. If he's scoring 30 points on 20 shots, we're in trouble. We need to get him to have 25 points on 25 shots, and then hopefully we're containing the rest of the guys.
Coach, good luck. Well, more here coming up in the locker room show after this.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to East Hardin, Old East Hardin Middle School, where the Grayson County Cougars are about to take on Central Hardin. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for Central Hardin, it'll be Ace Jaggers, Jacob Fredrickson, Lucas Thompson, Nolan Stith, and Adam Hobbs. Assistant coaches are Andre Miller and Matthew Turner, and the head coach is Matt Nickel. Now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Cougars with a record of 2-3. Senior guard number 3, Braden Childress. Sophomore guard number 15, Landon Haycraft. River Blainton is the senior forward, number 23. Jack Logston, the 8th grader, number 24. And Dylan Horn is the senior, number 44. The head coach of the Cougars is Travis Johnston. The play-by-play is next here on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Tip-off, here's Sam Gorman.
Grayson County and Central Hardin about ready to get underway. Once more, the starting lineup for Central Hardin. It's Jaggers, Fredrickson, Thompson, Stith, and Hobbs. And for Grayson, it is Childress, Haycraft, Blanton, Longston, Horn. The play-by-play is next here on K105.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Oh boy. What? We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
With a My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at
Welcome back here to Central Hardin, well, rather East Hardin, where Grayson County is about ready to take on the Central Hardin Bruins here from Old East Hardin High School. Again, the big storyline of this game is Central Hardin is without their best player today, and not only just their best player, one of the best players not only in the 5th region but in the entire state of Kentucky, Brett Decker. He's averaging 27.3 points per game. He committed to play basketball at Liberty, also had offers from Northern, Eastern, Austin Peay, Tennessee Tech, and Morehead State. I mean, he is an incredible basketball player, and you heard it here first, and I'm probably not the first person to say this. Watch out, he's only a junior, Mr. Basketball candidate for sure next year here coming out of this 5th region and Central Hardin High School. It's time for basketball in Glendale between the Grayson County Cougars and the Bruins of Central Hardin. It'll be River Blanton to jump against Jacob Fredrickson for Central Hardin. The opening tip is up, and it is controlled by the Bruins of Central Hardin. Central Hardin has the basketball now on your TV screen. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, they'll be working from left to right as there's an interior pass taken away. Here comes Haycraft down the right side, and it's out of bounds, knocked out by Central Hardin. It's going to stay Grayson County basketball underneath. As our vantage point is different than our camera's vantage point, so it's on the opposite side. So bear with us as we go through to battle that aspect of this broadcast. Braden Childress has got to get it in. It's a bounce pass into the near corner to Landon Haycraft, who gets the start tonight for Grayson County. Camden Brothers has typically been starting in that spot, and it's just more Travis Johnson trying to get his teams off to a better start. Something that they have not done well at all this season is spinning down on the left block. River Blanton too hard on the left side shot, rebounded by Fredrickson for the Bruins. And Central Hardin's going to set up their offense. Again, they are without their best player, Brett Decker, who's averaging over 27 points per game. It's on the right side, Lucas Thompson. Thompson only appeared one game this year. He's getting the start today. Fredrickson, left side three is up and good. Jacob Fredrickson puts in the three, and Central Hardin strikes first. They lead Grayson County 3-0. In fact, Central Hardin is without their head coach tonight as well. It's Matt Nickel, their typical head coach, is not here. He is an assistant coach that is dealing with the head coaching duties here today as there's a pass out front taken away by Jaggers. Fast break opportunity. Tried to dunk it. Missed it on the way up, but laid it in. The shot was still good. And Central Hardin's up 5-0. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. Travis Johnston wants a timeout. We'll take it with him as this is Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
Central Hardin strikes first. They lead 5-0. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Travis Johnston, head coach for Grayson, takes the early timeouts. Not happy at all with what his team did to start, allowing a fast break opportunity and a three for the Bruins. We'll have the basketball on the right wing. Childress out front to Horn. Horn swings it off to the left wing to Haycraft. Haycraft inside to Blanton. Blanton bodied up out front to Childress. Grayson County in their first 2 games of the season had 132 total points. In their last 3 games, they've had 132 total points. The offense has been a struggle for Grayson County over those stretches, scoring 46, 47, and 39 as there's a floater in the lane. Good by Braden Childress to put the Cougars on the board. Childress has been one of the offensive bright spots for Grayson as of late. He's averaging 7.6 points per game. Back-to-back games of high point totals when you look at his career as a whole. Fredrickson at the right elbow. Gets it out front now. Running the point is Lucas Thompson. Drives in the lane and off-balance floaters. No good. Rebounded on the floor. Tapped out by Horn into the hands of River Blanton. Blanton inching closer to the 500 rebound mark. After that rebound, he's now 17 away from it in his career. Blanton drives down the lane. Shot, or rather, it was knocked away, and now the ball goes out of bounds off of Grayson County, and that'll be the right call actually by the official, as it was just barely tipped by Grayson. Travis Johnson was trying to explain it, and he was trying to plead his case, but it was the right call by the official. We're courtside today, something we're not necessarily used to, and because of that, we can now pick up on the little tendencies, including calls like that usually when we're up in the rafters at some places, there'd have been no way whether I've been able to tell whether that was the right call or not, and being from our vantage point, we could tell it was the right call. 5-2, floater in the lane, shot too hard by Jaggers. Rebounded, tapped off to the Bruins. Deep left wing 3 by Stiff is in and out off the back of the iron. Jaggers got the rebound, but it's stripped and taken away by Logston for Grayson. Logston double team to the backcourt, finds help with Blanton. Blanton right in front of our vantage point. Handoff pass to Haycraft. He'll do a catch and shoot 3 right side. It's off the back of the iron. Horn tapped it off. Haycraft gets the rebound back. What a job by Horn just to slap that one out, and Horn was able to get the basketball. Logston will hands it off to Childress. 5-2, Central Hardin on top of Grayson. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Blanton, right wing 3 is up, and it is no good. Can't get the shooter's roll. Rebounded on the interior by Hobbs for Central Hardin. The Bruins will look to push. Fredrickson, deep left wing 3 is in and out. Rebound, Hobbs taps it off into the hands of Jaggers on the right side. Central Hardin is abusing Grayson on the glass early on in this game. Driving down, crosses it, far side. Catch and shoot 3 by Jaggers is good. Central Hardin averages making over 9 threes a game. They've got 2 of them in the first 4 minutes of this one. They lead 8-2 against Grayson County. 4 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Childress to set up the offense for Grayson. Off to the left wing to Logston. Logston out front, Horn. Horn swings it off to the right side to Haycraft. Back out front to Horn. Horn off to the left side to Logston. He'll take a deep 3 to answer. Too long. Rebound on the floor. Tapped off by Logston into the hands of Hobbs. Hobbs finds off to Thompson. Thompson crosses it to the far side to Jaggers. Jaggers over to the far corner. Driving far baseline. Passing out front to Thompson. Thompson into the near corner. Takes an extra step, does Jacob Fredrickson. Sub into the game. Caden Elmore enters for Central Hardin. For Grayson County to be Caden Hanshaw and Camden Brothers. Brothers on the season, 5.6 points a game. Hanshaw, 6.6. We talked with Travis Johnston in the open. Caden Hanshaw, before the game against Edmonson County, before the girls' game, 4 hours before the start of his game last Friday night, was shooting in the gym, trying to get better. And as an 8th grader, I'm not sure you could want much more. Hanshaw running the point, crosses it over to the far side to Hayden Robinson, who's also into the game. That ball goes right through his legs and goes out of bounds. 8-2, Central Hardin on top of Grayson County. 3 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lucas Thompson. And he continued to run the point for Central. Sets it up at the logo. Off to the right wing. Driving down that baseline. Shots up. The floater is good. In the lane by Ace Jaggers. He's got 7 points. And now in the backcourt, Blainton almost loses it. Finds Hanshaw. Hanshaw drives in. Shots up off balance. But a foul's going to be called on the interior on Elmore. And Caden Hanshaw will go to the line for Elmore. That's his first and the team's first. Caden Hanshaw at the free throw line this season, 82.4%. Including his first ever game, which happened 2 weeks ago tonight. Breckenridge County went 9 of 12 from the free throw line. He gets the shooter's roll on that first one. Hanshaw, a very talented football player as well. Brian Jones, the head coach for Grayson County, is very excited about the future with a couple of these 8th graders. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Brothers. Put up inside, spinning move. Shot was no good. But listen, got the rebound on the missed free throw, and it was good luck for Brothers. Travis Johnson exactly what he wants as Fredrickson walks with it on the far side of the floor. Adam Hobbs will re-enter for Central Hardin. Hobbs, 6'4", 240-pound forward. It's no surprise in looking at him size-wise that he's the second leading tackler on the Central Hardin football team. Also led the team with 8 sacks. Hobbs in that football team for Central Hardin. Really, really good season. Blainton drives down the near lane, shots up, good, and he'll go to the free throw line. Hobbs, right on cue, picks up the foul, his first, team's second. Blainton will go to the line to try and convert on the and-one. River Blainton, a rough start to the year from the free throw line, 40.5%. First free throw was no good for Blainton. Rebounded by Hobbs for Central Hardin. 10-5, Central's a transition three. Too long by Jaggers. Hanshaw got his hand on the rebound. It's taken away, though, by Central. Shots up, no good. Rebounded inside by Blainton for Grayson. And Blainton is fouled on the rebound. If that's on Hobbs, that'll be his second. It is on Elmore, which is his second. For Caden Elmore, that's his second, team's third. Jacob Fredrickson will re-enter the game for Central Hardin. Fredrickson has been offered by a number of schools from across this nation. As Andre Miller is the head coach for Central Hardin in place of Matt Nickel, who's not here today. Nickel in his 7th season, 88-80 overall. Hanshaw will do a handoff pass to Blainton. The senior for Grayson's going to set up the offense. Blainton drives down, plays it up, shot's good. He just blew right past 3 Central Hardin players. Blainton's got 4 points, and it's back to a 3-point game at 10-7. Hobbs left all alone. He drives down the baseline. Shot's no good, but he'll go to the free throw line after being fouled by Grayson County. Foul's called on Brothers. That'll be his first, team's first. 2 free throws will come for Adam Hobbs. Hobbs 2 of 6 from the free throw line on the young season. As a team, Central Hardin 68.5%. First free throw good by Hobbs. Lucas Thompson re-enters for Central Hardin. Second free throw was off the back of the iron. Off the mark, Blainton gets the loose ball for Grayson County. 11-7, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Blainton breaks the timeline. Comes up across, loses it, gains it back, lays it up there to follow. Logston misses. Rebound on the inside. A foul is going to be called. What a job by Logston to follow the miss by Blainton. The way Blainton missed it as Hobbs picks up his second and the team's fourth. The way he missed that almost made it look like it was a pass to Logston. Logston just couldn't finish on the inside. Into the game is Braden Robbins for Central Hardin, averaging just under 5 points a game. Out to the right wing to Brothers. Brothers crosses it to the left side to Hanshaw. Hanshaw sets up the offense, and a carry is going to be called as he comes down the right lane. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the first quarter. 11-7 is the Grayson County deficit. Playing against the Central Hardin Bruins, with the Bruins have the record of 3-3 on the season. They lost their first 3 games of the year to some really solid teams. The foul at the top of the key is going to be called on Hanshaw. It's his first, team's second. Lost their first 3 games at North Oldham, who was in the Sweet 16 last year, at Harrison County, and against Bracken County at Harrison County. Bracken County is one of the state's top players in Blake Reed. It's off to the right side. Back out front. Deep straightaway three by Fredrickson is long. Blankton gets the loose ball for Grayson County. As you mentioned, Blankton was 18 rebounds away from 500 in his career, and he's already got a couple of them early on in this game. Out front to Hanshaw. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. The 8th grader going to set up the offense and the man-to-man defense for Central Hardin. Now they're going to switch to zone as it's a pass shot from the free throw line. The bank is open for River Blankton. He's got 6 points, and it's back to a 2-point game at 11-9. Up at the top of the key, Jaggers drives down, gets around, blows around the defenders. Ace Jaggers is laying it in. It's back and forth between Blankton and Jaggers on who is going to take advantage of this game. Logston breaks the timeline with a pass to Blankton. Let's see if Travis Johnson is going to hold for the final shot. Yep, and he is. It's usually what he likes to do in this situation is you've got about 22 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Central Hardin's not going to make it easy. They're going to make the Cougars have to dribble this one out. Logston has it in between the circles over to the far side to Hanshaw with 10 seconds. Hanshaw out front now to Blankton with 6 seconds. Blankton tries to split the defenders. It's taken away by Central Hardin with 3 seconds. Coming down the near side comes Robbins. And a foul is going to be called on Hanshaw with 1.2 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. And that is the last foul that you wanted. More importantly, that's the second on Hanshaw, but that was a last-second opportunity. 1.2 on the clock. If it makes it you feel any better, it's going to have to be a catch and shoot for Central. They give it, throw it away. Was it tipped or not? It was not, so it's thrown away. It was not tipped. So Grayson's going to get the basketball with 1.2 on the clock. They'll have the ball in front of their own bench to try and get a shot off here in the first quarter of play. So I thought it was tipped, but none of the officials said it was, and because of it, it's going to give Grayson County the ball. If it was tipped, the clock would have run out. Robinson's got to get the ball in with 1.2 on the clock. Throws it to Brothers. It's off his hands, out of bounds. It's the end of the first quarter of play. And at the end of one, it's Central Hardin 13, Grayson County 9, as this is Cougar basketball on K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Grayson County trails Central Hardin 13-9 as we start the second quarter of play. River Blankton had 6 points to lead the way for Grayson County. 9 points from Ace Jaggers to lead for the Bruins. It'll be Grayson County basketball to start this second quarter of play. Travis Johnston going back with his starting lineup, but we're also going to have Zach Bratcher into the game in place of Braden Childress, who got the start. So other than that, it's the same lineup that we saw to start this game. Logston has it at the free throw line, drives down, flips it up, shot off balance in the lane. Good by Jack Logston. Makes it a 2-point game. What an athletic shot for the 8th grader. Driving down the baseline, kicking it into the near corner to Thompson. Thompson has it on the left side, and a carry is going to be called. I thought it was 5 seconds, and I was going to say that was a kind of a weird call from the ball in the corner. But a carry is there. That's 2 carries we've seen in this game. I'm not sure I've seen 2 carries called all of last season. I'm not saying that they aren't carries. I'm just saying that it's an observation that I have. Inside to Blankton. Blankton fades it away from 10 feet. Shot was short. Rebounded on the floor by Robbins for the Bruins. It's off to Thompson. Thompson drives down, gets around, flips it up. Right side shot, no good. Horn gets the rebound And Horn immediately gives it off to Blanton, who's looking to push for Grayson. Passes down to Haycraft, 10-foot floater near side, too long. Rebound goes into the hands of Jaggers. Jaggers speeds down the lane, Euro step, and he's going to be fouled, and free throws will come for Ace Jaggers. Foul called on Zach Bratcher, his first, team's fourth. So the line will be Ace Jaggers. He's a 79% free throw shooter. He will have 2 coming. Jaggers ranks second on the team in free throws made as the first one's good. He took an unofficial visit to Austin P with Brett Decker. And now Zach Bratcher is leading the game. I'm not sure, he might have a little bit of a nosebleed there. Braden Childress will re-enter for Grayson County. I believe that is the case for Bratcher, who checks out with the nosebleed. Second free throw coming for Jaggers. Stares down the rim, lets it fly. It is good. He makes them both. Central Hardin on top of Grayson County, 15-11. 7 minutes left here in the first quarter of play, in the first half of play, rather. Braden Childress passes it to Blanton. Blanton out front to Horn. Horn off to the left wing to Haycraft. Haycraft inside to Blanton, who's triple teamed. And he tried to give it outside, but instead it's taken away by Thompson. Thompson hands it off to Fredrickson in transition, who takes an extra step. Jacob Fredrickson, the 6'7", 230-pound sophomore. He can fool many people when he takes that extra step because he is just a big dude. 6:38 left here in the first half of play. Grayson trails Central Hardin 15-11. Bounce pass to the right wing to Blanton. Blanton out front, Horn. Horn swings it off to Haycraft on the left side. Haycraft out front to the 8th grader Longston. Longston gets a screen from Horn, splits defenders, drives down the right side, stops, shot, good! Off the right side for Jack Longston. He's got 4 points, and the game is back now to 2 at 15-13, 6:10 left here in the first half. Driving down, absorbing the contact, shot is good by Robbins, and he'll go to the free throw line after being fouled by Horn. That was one where the shooter initiated the contact. And the shot was no good, but rebounded by Central Hardin, and falling down with it doesn't matter as it's taken away. Out front to Childress. Childress crosses it down inside to Horn, but it's knocked around and out of bounds off of Central Hardin. It's 17-13, Central Hardin on top of Grayson County. 5:55 left here in the first half. Horn will trigger in from in front of the Central Hardin bench. Into Haycraft. Haycraft going to set it up and give it off to his senior counterpart, Braden Childress. 5:45 left here in the first half of play. Grayson County down by 4. Getting a screen from Blanton. Back now to Blanton. Blanton at the left block. Spins towards the baseline. Shot no good, but he'll go to the free throw line after being fouled on the interior by Central Hardin. Be called on Stith, his first, team's 5th. Blanton back to the line. He's 0 of 1 in this game. Again, River Blanton, it's not like he is Steph Curry from the free throw line, as that one was no good short. But he is definitely not a below 40% free throw shooter. It's one of those things, I think right now, River's thinking about it too much when he goes to the line as he misses both free throws there. See, I don't mind him going so quick because that lessens the opportunity to think about it. But I think it's just all a mental game right now for River Blanton. Thompson out front, taps it off to Fredrickson straight away. In between the circles to Jaggers. Jaggers drives down the right lane, gets to the hole, crosses it to the near side, out front. Catch and shoot 3 is up, off to the right side, no good. Rebound on the floor by Central Hardin, put back inside. A second chance as well on the inside is going to be a foul rewarded. Foul called on Childress, his first, team's 5th. The line will be Fredrickson. To shoot 2, Fredrickson from the free throw line this season, only 40%. It's been offered by schools like McKendree. His first free throw good by Fredrickson. McKendree, Wheaton, Jefferson, Mount St. Joseph, DePaul, and Wabash. some of the schools he's been offered by. Second free throw, good. He gets the shooter's roll. Central Hardin has the lead at 19-13, 5:10 left here in the first half of play. Grayson County needs a bucket. Got a 5-0 or a 4-0 run here quickly by Central Hardin. Childress at the free throw line, spins towards the lane, gets around, shot. The bank is open for Braden Childress. Nice move. The thing with Braden Childress is he's playing with more confidence right now than I've seen him play with as a Grayson County Cougar. And that's huge for your senior point guard. Off the right side, hand in on the passing lane by Haycraft. Nice job by Landon Haycraft. Central Hardin ends up running it down. Stith does into the backcourt. We're going to have a timeout on the floor, I believe, taken by Central Hardin. So we'll continue that point after the break as it's Central Hardin 19-15, 4:35 to play in the second quarter. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Grayson County facing Central Hardin today here at Old East Hardin Middle School. As this used to be East Hardin High School. In fact, Grayson County has not played a game here since December of 1986. Charlie Crane was the head coach of Grayson County back then. And I mean, I could say that, most of the Grayson County coaching staff right now wasn't even born yet. Shows you some of the youth, and I'm looking at Central Hardin. I think the same thing could be said about them back in 1986. Spinning down the side, getting around was Fredrickson. Good no call and really good defense on the interior by River Blankson as Fredrickson went up with an off-balance shot, and River Blankson just took it away. Right wing Blanton. Blanton drives down, picks it up, shot right side, good, and he'll go to the free throw line after being fouled on the interior, I believe by Fredrickson. It is on Fredrickson, only his first, team sixth. And Blanton will go to the line to try and convert on the and one. Blanton has 8 points. To the line, the senior. He lets it fly. It is no good. River Blanton 0 of 4 from the free throw line. He makes half of those, and it's a tie game. It's 19-17, halfway through the second quarter of play. Interior pass inside, maybe getting away with a walk. It's pass out to the far side, and Braden Robbins knocks in the three. It's a 5-point game. Now Central Hardin on top, 3:46 to go here in the second quarter. Childress has it in between the circles. Bounce pass to Logston. Logston drives down, has it stripped on the way up. Picking it up comes Thompson. Thompson dumps it off in transition to Jaggers, who lays it in on the left side. Grayson County's had no answer for Ace Jaggers. They were expecting to have to deal with Brett Decker, but Decker is out tonight with an illness. Blanton drives down, shot was no good. Taken away by Central Hardin in transition, the layup no good, but a foul on Grayson County on the inside. Free throws will come for Central Hardin. Foul called on Hayden Robinson. His first, team's sixth. Jacob Fredrickson to the line, as mentioned, only a 40% free throw shooter coming into this game. 2 of 2 though tonight. And you can make that 3 of 3. Tell you what, Fredrickson does not look like a 40% free throw shooter out on the rim right now. He looks very confident from that charity stripe. Free throw no good. Logston had it, tapped it back off to Central Hardin. The rebounding has been abysmal for Grayson County as there's a 3 by Jaggers, no good, and now we're going to have an offensive foul on the rebound on the inside. Called on Central Hardin. It's called on Fredrickson. That is his second, team 7th, and that should be 1 and 1. So that's not a player control foul, as that'll be 1 and 1, and Blanton will go to the free throw line to shoot. Again, he's 0 of 4 in this game. And with how Rivers been shooting in this one, I'm sure Travis Johnson would have hoped that was just an offensive foul instead, and not a player. It would be a player control foul instead. Blanton 0 of 4 from the line in this game. And he can make that 0 of 5 as he misses the free throw. Rebounded by Central Hardin on the inside. Now Grayson loses a possession because of that. Jaggers has it on the left wing. Pulls up at the left elbow. Passes it off inside. Spinning down the lane. What a move. Shot was no good by Stith. Rebounded by Grayson County on the inside. Stith made a great move. He just couldn't finish. 25-17 Central Hardin. Logston now makes his own move. Floater in the lane. In and out. Rebounded by the Bruins. An outlet pass. Moving quickly. Does Thompson down the lane on Blankton. Shot up. Good by Thompson. Central Hardin is now on top 27-17. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the first half of play. Travis Johnston wants a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. Johnston not happy with his team right now as Central Hardin has opened up what is an 8-0 run here over these last couple of minutes. So Grayson County trails 27-17. So we'll try to see if we can't find a score update or two while we're looking at the half. John Hardin leads E-Town in girls basketball 26-22. That again score is at the half. In girls basketball, Franklin Simpson defeats Warren Central 66-31. Bowling Green defeats Christian County 64-20. And I'm continuing to scroll here in the All-A Classic, third region. Owensboro Catholic leads Whitesville Trinity in girls basketball 46-14. Halfway through the third quarter. But Grayson County then boys, those two boys teams will match up, and that is, if you saw the third region media poll that was released earlier today, voted on by it's 10 or 11 media members from around the region. That is the number 1 team, Owensboro Catholic, against the number 4 team, Whitesville Trinity. So a top 4 matchup happening at the Horn Community Center tonight in Whitesville. Grayson County was ranked 10th in that poll, dropping 1 spot from a week ago after losing both of those games. Out of the timeout, Cougars will have the basketball. Central Hardin coming out with his zone full court pressure, and they throw it away. Does Grayson County. Stith comes away with a steal, gives it off to Jaggers. Jaggers up, pulls up, floater, right hand, shot's no good. Jaggers gets the loose ball. It's knocked away by Bratcher into the hands of Logston for Grayson. Logston weaves down, and he loses it off of his foot, and it's going to go back towards Central Hardin basketball. 2:16 left here in the first half. Central Hardin up by 10 on Grayson. 27-17. Camden Hogan running the point. He's only taken 5 shots from the field this season. 3 of them, though, have come from three-point range. He hasn't made any of the 3, though. Central Hardin loses the ball, driving down. Blankton comes away with a steal. Blankton drives in, gets around, flips it up. Shot was no good. Rebounded by Central Hardin. Quickly double-teamed was Jaggers underneath. Grayson's now going to back it off as he gives it off to Hogan. Hogan speeds down the lane, gives it off in transition to Robbins. Robbins drives in at the rim, lays it in. Robbins has got 7 points. Central Hardin is their largest lead of the game at 12. 90 seconds left here in the first half. Bounce pass to Bratcher. Bratcher crosses it to Childress on the left wing. Childress over to Blankton. Left side 3 is an air ball. Rebounded by Stith for Central Hardin. Stith up the side of the court. Bratcher was in there on defense. Out front to Hogan. Hogan drives down, gets around Blankton, and flips it up and in. Hogan only had 2 points coming into the game, and now a foul at the half-court line is almost having his pocket picked with Stith. But instead, Stith is going to pick up the foul, which is his second, team's 8th. Dylan Horn will go to the free throw line now. He's 2 of 3 on the season. Camden Brothers will re-enter. River Blankton will take a seat with 1:04 left. Blankton will shoot 1 in the bonus. And he will not get a second one as the free throw was no good. Grayson County is not shooting the free throw ball very well at all. 1 of 8 from the free throw line is Grayson County in the game. About 45 seconds. Central Hardin appears that they're going to be fine to hold for the final shot. 40 seconds left here. See if Travis Johnson will try and cook up some defensive pressure to force them to do something. Interim head coach Andre Miller is filling in tonight for Matt Nickel. Here Central Hardin is going to hold for the final shot. 23 seconds left here in the first half, 31-17. Central Hardin leads Grayson. Jaggers on the right side now with 13 seconds. You got to imagine it's probably going to be an ISO for Jaggers. Here comes the screen. Jaggers with 8 seconds, and he carries it with 8 seconds to go in the first half. Again, that's end of the game now. It's Caden Elmore for Central Hardin. That is 3 carries in the first half of play. 8 seconds to go in the first half, 31-17. Can Grayson County at least get a bucket here for Grayson? Screen for Childress, down the left side, shots up, blocked, rebound on the floor by Bratcher. He doesn't get a shot off. And at the end of the first half of play, it is Central Hardin 31, Grayson County 17. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone.
I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Grayson County trails 31-17 at the half against Central Hardin. I mean, your story in the first half of play, it's been free throws. 1 of 8 from the free throw line is Grayson County in this game. That's just not going to get it done. It's just not, and it's going to have to get better in this one if Grayson County wants to find a way to win this basketball game. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. That is an abysmal first half of play for Grayson County from the Charity Stripe. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll run down the scores from around the region, the scoring from this game, and get you ready for half number 2. It's getting your score at the half, Central Hardin 31, Grayson County 17. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
$700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Grayson County trails Central Hardin 31-17 at the half. Try to see if we can't run down a quick score or two from around the region. maybe a little bit of a surprising score coming in here at the half. Breckenridge County leads Butler County 35-28. Butler County ranked 6th in the 3rd region media poll, where you have Breckenridge County, I believe they are in 12th, only receiving a couple of votes, did the Fighting Tigers in this week's edition of the poll. At the half, John Hardin girls basketball leads Elizabethtown 26-22. As we mentioned, Franklin Simpson was a winner in girls basketball, as was Bowling Green. Owensboro in boys basketball is getting ready to take on Evansville Central. That game just got underway between the number 2 ranked team in the 3rd region media poll, and again, the number 1 team in our poll going up against the number 4 team tonight in Whitesville, as Owensboro Catholic travels to the Horn Community Center to take on the Aces. Getting your score at the half here in Glendale is Grayson County trailing Central Hardin 31-17. We'll come back, run down the scoring for the first half of play after this. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to East Hardin High School, old East Hardin High School. I guess at one time it was East Hardin High School. In fact, it's the only school that I think has ever been East Hardin High School. It's East Hardin High School I don't think ever did move as it turned into East Hardin Middle School. Now East Hardin Middle School is now up the road, closer to E-Town. And this area is just going to explode over these next couple of years as we are in Glendale tonight. As this area with the new plant that's going to be built just not far from where we are, going to be building, I think, electric vehicle batteries or something. This area is just going to explode, and it wouldn't shock me if almost East Hardin High School comes back just by pure necessity, or if it'll be more like South Hardin here in this area. I don't think it'll be at this school. This is an older school, it's an older gym, but it is cool. It's one of those things that I'm glad that we get to come to some places like this because it is a cool old gym. So it's 31-17. Grayson County trails Central Hardin. The scoring from the first half of play for Central Hardin, Ace Jaggers led the way with 13 points. 7 points for Braden Robbins, 6 from Jacob Frederickson, 2 each from Lucas Thompson and Camden Hogan, and 1 from Adam Hobbs. For Grayson County, the story was missed free throws in the first half of play, as it was 8 points from River Blanton, 4 each from Braden Childress and from Jack Logston, and 1 from Caden Hanshaw. The free throws are going to absolutely have to get better for Grayson County if they want to come back in this game. As if they want to come back in this game, Grayson County is going to have to start making their free throws as they trail this one at the half 31-17. They got to find a way to become more consistent with hitting their free throws. 1 of 8, but then they're going to have to find some way to get some stops too on the defensive end as well, as Grayson County's defense, especially in that second quarter of play, not good, allowing Central Hardin to score 18 points, and that's without Central Hardin's best player in Brett Decker. Free throws, defense. Those are the biggest things for Grayson in the second half of play. Getting your score at the half, 31-17. Second half's next here on K105.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Cougs trail at the half 31-17 as we get ready to start the third quarter of play. Got to find a way to get going early on in this half. There's no other way to put it. I think right now we're missing something very important to get ready to start the second half of play is we don't have any officials. They haven't returned to the floors. Got about under 10 seconds. Now I know if teams don't come out there, I think they get a technical foul. Do officials get technicals if they don't? Or maybe we'll just go out there and just start playing a little pickup basketball. There they are. They're walking out onto the floor. In fact, I even heard a couple of claps there. I'm not sure the officials have ever come out onto the floor with some claps. Maybe they were eating a hot dog back in the back or something. Somebody was eating a hot dog here on Press Road during halftime, and it smelled really, really good. It'll be Central Hardin basketball to start the second half of play. Switching sides. Working from right to left. Interior pass over to the far side. Fredrickson just lost it on the way up. Gains it back, though, somehow. And inside the lane. Shot out near side threes off the back of the iron. Rebounded on the floor by Horn for Grayson. Horn taps it off to Childress on the far side of the floor. Childress on the right wing. Out front to Haycraft. Haycraft deep. Straightaway three is no good. Can't get it to roll in. It touched every part of the rim but the inside. And in transition, a walk is going to be called in the corner on Central Hardin. (31-17), 7:27 left here in the third quarter of play. Logston to run the point for Grayson. Off to the right wing to Blanton. Blanton out front, Horn. Horn swings it off to the left wing to Childress. Childress out front, Logston. Logston gets a screen from Horn, pulls up, 18 feet left side, a little short. Rebound on the floor, knocked around, and a foul is going to be called on Landon Haycraft on the free throw. For Haycraft, that's just his team's first of the second half of play. Grayson County trails Central Hardin 31-17, 7:05 left here in the third quarter. Defense for Grayson's been a little better here, but it's rebounding is the other thing that it's just not been good for Grayson County against the Central Hardin team. Only averages just under 30 rebounds a game. It's not like they're an elite rebounding team. Spinning towards the baseline, absorbing the contact. Shot was no good, and a foul is called on the interior. Official standing by way, so I'm not sure which team it's on, but it's on Central Hardin. And every official called it. It's on Fredrickson, his third, team's first. Every official called it, and you know when every official calls it that it's probably the right call. I couldn't see one of the officials that called it was standing in my vantage point. There's the downside for us sitting courtside is the officials like to block us at times. Cougars need a bucket. They trail by 14, 31-17, 6:47 left in the third quarter. Logston in between the circles to Childress. Childress gets a screen from Blanton off to the right side. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass out front, Logston. Logston inside to Blanton. Blanton back towards the middle, curls around and gets the shot on the right side. Blanton moves into double figures. He's got 10 points, and it's a 12-point game, 6:20 left in the third quarter. Jaggers off to the right side to Hobbs. Hobbs out front, Stith. Stith to the right wing, catch and shoot three. Robbins is good. He gets the shooter's roll. That touched every part of the rim and then dropped in. Robbins only had 1 point and 4 rebounds against E-Town. He's got 10 points here in this game. Childress spins at the right elbow. Out front to Blanton. Blanton's going to set up the offense for Grayson County. Cougars trail by 15. Blanton drives down the right side, lays it up. Good for Blanton. River Blanton just trying to take over in this game as it's a 13-point Grayson County deficit. Inside, outside. 3 by Robbins. It's a heat check, and the heat is there for Robinson. He knocks in another 3. He's got 3 threes in the game. He had only made 2 and had only attempted 5 entering tonight's game. Through the first 6 for the Bruins. They've opened this up to a 16-point game now at 37-21. 5:18 left in the third quarter. Left wing Haycraft. Into the near corner to Blanton. Blanton drives down, gets around the defender, lays it in as he drives the baseline. Blanton's got all 6 of Grayson County's points here in the third quarter. It's a 14-point game. Thompson on the right side, guarded by Haycraft. Out front to Stith. Stith to Hobbs. Hobbs bounce pass to Thompson. Thompson picked up by Haycraft. Thompson reaches the arm around. Haycraft flips it up, right side, lays it in. Thompson's got 4 points, and the defense that was good for Grayson on the first minute of this third quarter is gone back to and reverted back to what they were doing for most of the second quarter especially. It's not been great for the Cougars. Right side Childress to the volleyball line, Logston to Haycraft. Zone defense for Central Hardin. In the near corner, Blanton. Blanton drives in, lowers the shoulder, off balance shot in the lane, off the rim. Rebounded on the inside by Robbins. Robbins taps it off to Jaggers. Jaggers transition, right wing 3, it is short. Rebounded by Logston on the floor for Grayson. Logston thought about pushing, slows down, and they'll set things up in between the circles. Halfway through the third quarter, Central Hardin on top 39-23. Bounce pass inside to Horn, lets the defender go by, and Horn lays it in on the left side. Grayson's got their stop. They're just going to have to start stringing a couple of these together if they want to make the comeback in this game. Lucas Thompson, the sophomore, 5'11", 140-pound guard. Sets it up, right side Jaggers, pulls up 18 feet, right side, too long. Off the back of the iron, rebounded by Central Hardin. The long rebound, and the shot is good by Robbins. He puts it in. Central Hardin leads 41-25, 3:29 left here in the third quarter of play. The Bruins want a timeout. We'll take it with them as this is Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
Cougars trail 41-25, 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. The timeout taken on the floor by interim head coach for Central Hardin, Andre Miller. He's coaching in place of Matt Nickel, who is not here tonight. I'm not sure as to why he's not here. I'm assuming that we were told Brett Decker, their leading scorer, isn't here because he's sick. I got to imagine at this time of year there's probably a good chance that that's also the reason why Nickel isn't here either. Out of the timeout, be Grayson County basketball. Caden Hanshaw re-enters. Cougars trail by 16 here in this game. Over on the far side, a 3 by Camden Brothers is way off. Rebounded by Central Hardin's Jaggers. Got a new lineup on the floor for Grayson, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Hanshaw. It's his third foul, team's second. 2 free throws, I believe. I guess it's on the floor. Is the call there from the official. I thought it was free throws are going to come. Instead, it'll be on the floor. Nolan Stith to trigger in. Hobbs will come out. Bounce into Jaggers. Jaggers drives in. Floater with the right hand from 7 feet right in the middle. Jaggers is really good at penetrating the lane. I mean, I can see why him and Decker combined for one of the more lethal backcourts. Zone defense for Central. Hanshaw picks up his dribble, crosses it to Logston. He has to go high up to grab it. Logston to the free throw line to Blanton. Inside to Brothers, who lays it in at the rim. Great job breaking the press. Brothers gets his first basket, and an even better pass from River Blanton. 43-27. Run the offense. Thompson on the left side. Off to Hogan. Hogan out front, Jaggers. Jaggers splits defenders, drives in. Shot is good, and he's fouled. They're going to count the basket. For Childress, that'll be his second, team's third. And we got multiple subs in here on both teams. As to the free throw line is Ace Jaggers. He'll try to convert on the and one. He's 2 of 2. And the free throw is no good. Doesn't get the shooter's roll. And Grayson County gets the rebound. It's 45-27. Central Hardin on top as Hanshaw driving down the near side. Bounce pass taken away at the free throw line. In transition, Hogan off, flipping it up right side. Shot good by Thompson. This game has gone from bad to worse for Grayson County as they trail by 20 points. 2:07 left in the third quarter. Hanshaw, bounce pass over to the far side of the floor for Grayson, and the ball goes out of bounds and it's knocked off by Central Hardin. Under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, 47-27. Grayson County trails. Off to the left wing to Childress, who takes the extra step on the left side. And the walking violation is going to give the basketball back to the Bruins. Hogan going to run the offense and trigger things at the top of the key. Camden Hogan, the 5'9" freshman for the Bruins. Driving down the far baseline, shots blocked by Brothers. Rebounded by Logston, an outlet pass to Childress, 1-on-2. Childress lets the defender go by and lays it in. In transition, Braden Childress has got 6 points of the game. Here comes the Bruins. They'll do a transition pass, and that one was thrown to the cheerleaders. And I like Hogan. He immediately looks and smiles at the coach as if to say, yeah, that's probably not the greatest pass in the world. Lucas Thompson out for Central Hardin, new player into the game. Almost getting the steal. Hanshaw breaks the timeline, weaves it through, bounce pass inside is kicked by Elmore. Elmore was the new player to the game for Central Hardin. It's 47-29, 1:13 left in the third quarter. Logston to pass in. Gets it off to Brothers. Brothers to Hanshaw. Hanshaw drives in, gets around the defender, can't get it to roll in. Rebounded on the floor by Hobbs for the Bruins. Off to Hogan. Hogan an outlet pass to Jaggers on the right side. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Off to Stith. Stith off to the right side to Hogan. Hogan out front to Elmore. Elmore at the left elbow. Bounce pass to Jaggers. Jaggers deep. Left wing three is good for Ace Jaggers. They gave him an inch of space, and Jaggers makes him pay. Brothers on the right side. Off in between the circles to Childress. 50-29, Central Hardin on top of Grayson. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Blanton drives in, no look, bounce pass to Brothers. He'll go up with a shot, and he's fouled by Central Hardin. Foul is whistled on Jaggers. It's his first, team's second. Camden Brothers to the free throw line. Brothers, 37.5%. He's 3 of 8 in this game. 2 free throws will come for Brothers. First one's good. Brothers missed 2 big free throws down the stretch against Edmonson County. Bratcher re-enters for Grayson, as does Robinson. Into the game for Central Hardin, Braden Robbins. Second free throw for Brothers is good. – 50-31, Central Hardin leads Grayson County. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the Bruins will hold for the final shot. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Hogan's got it in between the circles with 10 seconds. Here comes the motion offense. Off to the right wing with 6 seconds. Driving it off and backing it off is Thompson. He lets the three go, and it is good for Thompson. They hit in the three, and that is the end of the third quarter of play. Central Hardin leads Grayson County 53-31. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Cougars trail the Bruins of Central Hardin 53-31 as we start the fourth quarter of play. It's been all Central from really the start of the second quarter. Grayson only trailed by 4 points at the end of the first. But it's been all Bruins since that point. It'll be Grayson County basketball to start this fourth quarter of play. It'll be Logston to run things here at the top of the key for Grayson County. And Logston almost, he did lose it. He lost the ball and across the half-court line. And because of that, that's an over and back for Grayson County with really no strong defense. That one was just a turnover for Logston. And by that, I mean that it wasn't like it was a steal or anything. It was just a mental mistake for the 8th grader. Stith has it on the left wing. Out front, Thompson. Thompson fakes the interior pass back to Stith. Stith's interior pass knocked around and taken away by Robinson. Robinson outlet down to Logston. Logston spins up. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line. Being fouled on the interior by Central Hardin. Foul whistled on Lucas Thompson. Only his first. Team's third. The line will be Jack Logston. And the first one is no good for Grayson. Logston misses them both. The follow by Blanton is in and good. Blanton gets the rebound and puts the shot in. He'll go to the line now after being whistled on the foul. Jacob Fredrickson, that is his fourth and the team's fourth. Fredrickson will come out of the game. Braden Robbins in his place. Blanton to try and convert on the and one, and it is no good. River Blanton 0 of 6 from the free throw line in this game. Right side Thompson. 7:10 left in the fourth quarter. Back it off and slow things down is Central Hardin. And just dribble the air out of this one, and they'll turn their eyes towards 2 games later on this week. 3 up, and it is good by Ace Jaggers. Jaggers has 23 points in this game. Blanton drives down, kicks it off to the far side to Robinson. Robinson outside to Logston. Logston's now going to back it off and set things up. Getting a screen from Horn. 3 straight away by Logston. Good! Jack Logston off the screen, puts in the 3. We have a whistle blown, and I think they're going to clean up some sweat. Travis Johnston knew that River Blanton fell down right there. And River, one thing that you know about River, if you've watched any Grayson County games, he sweats. And when he hit the deck there, I'm sure Travis Johnston just assumed that there was going to be a lot of sweat. Ryan Keys, the manager, jumps out there to clean it up. That's when you know you got a professional over there. I mean, that took About 10 seconds for Ryan Keys to clean it up. Now I'm sure his mom wonders why he doesn't do that same kind of cleaning when he's at home. I don't know that. I'm just assuming. Thompson has it. Over to the far side of the floor, driving in, losing the ball out of bounds off the hands of Blanton. Blanton trying to plead his case to the official. Not sure what case he's trying to plead, but the official and Blanton are both laughing. 56-36, Central Hardin leads Grayson. 6:19 left in the fourth quarter. Passing off to the left wing, out front now to Thompson. 5-out look for round one now for Central Hardin. Off, guarded by Bratcher. Here comes Grayson County with his own defense, trapped at the top of the key, and a jump ball is going to keep the basketball. Or is it going to keep the basketball with Central, or is it Grayson? The scoreboard says it would be Central Hardin ball, and it is. Zach Bratcher for Grayson County thought it was Cougar ball, and he immediately ran down underneath of his own basket. It is Grayson County basketball. Who did start with the ball in the quarter? Okay, it is Central Hardin ball. Travis Johnson trying to plead his case, wanting an extra possession. At the free throw line, tapping it off at the free throw line. Jaggers one more time. Off three, far side. It's another three. In by Braden Robbins. Robbins had 2 threes entering this game through the first 6. He's got 4 in this game. Central Hardin has 9 threes in the game, which is right at their average of 9.3. Blanton at the free throw line, drives in, bounce pass behind him to Longstream, who ends up making the 3, but beforehand a foul is whistled on Hobbs, his 3rd, team's 5th. Back into the game for the Bruins is Camden Hogan. Out front to Blanton. Blanton to Horn. Horn off to the left wing to Robinson. Robinson gets a screen from Horn. Robinson bounce pass to Blanton. Robinson falls down at the top of the key. Blanton's floater, no good. From the free throw line, the rebound fired off the backboard, and Jaggers end up coming down with it. Almost lost the ball out of bounds right in front of our vantage point. Our lives flashed before our eyes there for a quick second. It is Hogan. Off now, a bounce pass. Come to the free throw line, Jaggers. Jaggers off to the right side, kicks it into the near corner. 3 up and no good. Rebounded on the floor by Horn. His outlet pass was almost knocked away. Blanton was able to come down with a loose ball. Under 5 minutes to go, 59-36. Central Hardin leads. Blanton drives coast to coast. Rebound was left. The shot was left short. Horn comes down with a loose ball, and he's fouled on the loose ball, and he was a little slow to get up. Luckily, he's okay. Foul called on Thompson. Ryan Keys, manager, back out to clean up some sweat after Horn went down. Subs into the game, brothers Hanshaw, Haycraft, and Gage Napier. Napier, his first appearance of this game, rejoining Zach Bratcher. So looks like Travis Johnson going with some of the younger players. Grayson County plays again on Friday as there's a 3 up by Bratcher, near side, good! Zach Bratcher knocks in the 3 for his first points of the game. Great inbounds for Bratcher. His 3rd 3 of this young season. Out front to Hogan. Hogan guarded by Napier. Cougars going man-to-man. Brothers in on defense as well. Off to Hogan, picked up by Napier. Off now Thompson. Thompson, 3 on the far side. It's long into the hands of Napier, who gets the loose rebound and immediately gives it off to Hanshaw. It's knocked away from behind into the hands of Jaggers, and a foul's going to be called on Grayson County. Jaggers a little slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. The foul was called on Zach Bratcher. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by Travis Johnston. 4:09 to go. Cougars trail 59-39. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Cougars trail 59-39, 4:09 to go here in today's game. Here from Old East Hardin High School, out of the timeout, Central Hardin will have the basketball. And it appears that maybe some, not really younger players out on the floor. For Central Hardin. There's a three on the far side. Good, knocking it in. Three was good by Hogan. 3 threes in the quarter for Central Hardin. They now lead 62-39. Inside the lane, Hanshaw, shot off the glass, no good. Brothers followed, but it's off his hands and out of bounds. It's going to be Central Hardin basketball now out of the inbounds pass. Off into the near side, a pass inside to Hobbs. Hobbs crosses it to Frederickson. 3 left side is an air ball into the hands of Brothers, and he was shoved from behind by Hobbs. Hobbs didn't agree with it, but it was the right call. And that'll be free throws for Camden Brothers, as that should be the 1-and-1. At least by my count, which is not the official count. It is 1-1. Good. That makes me at least feel good that I was correct in saying that. Camden Brothers to the line. He will shoot 1 in the bonus. And the first free throw was good, so he gets the second. Second one for Brothers is good. He makes them both. Grayson County trails 62-41. Bruins have it from in front of our vantage point. 3 minutes to go. They lead 62-41. Bounce pass out front. 3 by Hobbs. No good. Rebound tapped off, and it is out of bounds off of Central Hardin. So it is going to be Grayson County basketball. 62-41. .250 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hanshaw picks up his dribble to the right elbow. It's knocked back into Hanshaw's hands. Hanshaw drives down the baseline, kicks it off into the near corner to Brothers. Brothers lowers his shoulder, gets up with a right-handed floater inside the lane. The basket's good by Brothers. And it's 62-43. Grayson County trails by 19 points, 2.5 minutes to go. Driving down the lane, shot blocked by Napier on the inside. He rejects Elmore. An outlet pass to Bratcher, inside flip shot blocked on the other side by Central Hardin. Hogan weaves through, dumps it off to Hobbs. Hobbs in transition, gives it back to Robbins, who takes a double dribble, and the ball will head back towards. It'll be Zach Bratcher to pass in for Grayson County. He'll give it into Hanshaw. 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 62-43. Cougars trail Central Hardin. Right elbow, Bratcher. Handoff pass to Haycraft. Haycraft, 3 straight away. Just a little bit too much on it. Loose ball was Hobbs for Central Hardin. He handed it off to Terengi. Inside, off in transition. It is back out to Tarangi on the right side. Crossed it over to the far side, knocked around, bouncing around, and it is taken, shot far side, good by Hogan. 64-43, minute and a half to go. Right side, Haycraft. Into the far corner to Bratcher, off to Napier, three, far side is an air ball. Rebounded by Hobbs. At first he had it and then lost it and had to go grab it. I think he misread how much of a bounce that ball was going to get. Minute to go, Grayson County trails 64-43. Off to the left wing to Tarangi. Grayson County sticking with the man-to-man defense, but it's almost a zone up top, matchup zone. Inside, reverse layup, no good by Robbins. Rebounded by Grayson County with 45 seconds to go. Hanshaw weaves through the lane, interior pass is kicked by Central Hardin. Bentley Martin and Kobe Martin enter the game for Grayson County, as will Lucas Pierce. At least he was waiting at the scorer's table. I guess Lucas didn't end up checking into the game. Interior pass is knocked around, taken away by Central Hardin. Fast break, Elmore. Shot's no good, but he's fouled by Hanshaw with 37.9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of play. To the line will be Elmore, his first free throws of the season. Hanshaw, that is his fourth. Elmore has not scored in this game. He'll have two free throws here. The junior lets the first one fly. It's no good. Elmore led the football team for Central Hardin with 6 interceptions. Of course, Central Hardin lost to eventual state champion Bullitt East in the, I believe it was the Elite Eight, if my memory's right. Second free throw good by Caden Elmore. Central Hardin on top, 65-43. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of action. Bounce pass out front to Hanshaw, off to the left wing to Martin. Bounce pass to the free throw line, back off to Martin now. To Hanshaw, into the near corner to Napier, off. Three is up, and it is off the back of the iron, in and out by Bentley Martin, and now a late whistle is going to be called, and we'll see who the foul's called on. It's called on Hanshaw, and that'll be 5 on Caden Hanshaw. So Caden Hanshaw will foul out of the game with 1 point with 7.3 seconds to go. At least by my count, I think that was 5. Is that not 5? I believe it's 5. That is 5 on Caden Hanshaw. Landon Haycraft will re-enter for him for these final 7 seconds. And it is the bonus. 1 and 1, or is it the bonus? It is not. Correct. No. Central Hardin's going to just have to pass it in, and that's going to do it. Central Hardin's going to win this game by a final score of 65-43. That'll wrap it up. Cougars fall. They'll turn their attention to Adair County later on this week. Again, your final score, Central Hardin 65, Grayson County 43. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
This is Cougar on K105.
Cougars fall tonight to Central Hardin by the final score of 65-43. We'll come back, jump into the fifth quarter show after this. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Remember.
Honor. Teach.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit wreathsacrossamerica.org.
And now the fifth quarter show on K105.
Welcome back here to Old East Hardin Middle School. I guess it was at one time high school, as Grayson County falls tonight by a final score of 65-43. Coming up, we will run down some on our fifth quarter show. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston. We will run down some scores from around the region, including an update on the Lady Cougars, who fell tonight at another 5th Region school in Hart County. We'll tell you about that. And we will also run down the scoring from this game. Your final score tonight, Grayson County falls to Central Hardin by the final score of 65-43. We'll come back, have more after this. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping.
and I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County falls tonight to Central Hardin here on the road by a final score of 65-43. Running a quick score or two from around the region. Final score in girls basketball, the Lady Cougars fell to Hart County tonight by a final score of 56-30. They will travel to Owensboro coming up on Monday evening. We'll be there on the call of that game. Score at the half, McLean County all over Muhlenberg County, 36-15. That is a boys basketball score. Owensboro Catholic leads Whitesville Trinity at the half in boys basketball, 28-23. Warren Central and boys on top of Franklin Simpson by 15 points. That score is at the half. John Hardin girls basketball defeated E-Town 60-56. And we'll continue to scroll through here to see boys basketball score at the end of the third quarter. Breck County leads Butler County 53-41. Maybe a little bit of a surprising score there. I'm not sure where that game is being held tonight, if it's being held in Harnett or if it's being held in Morgantown. It wouldn't necessarily surprise me as much if it's in Harnett. That's just a tough place to play. As I'll try to see here is that game is in Harnett tonight. So that is a tough place to play. And the Fighting Tigers, who are 2-3 on the year, are giving Butler County everything that they have in this game. It seems that those are most of the scores from around the region that I have to bring you right now. I guess a fifth region score here. Washington County in boys basketball defeats Bardstown 68-60. So that is a good game going on between two of the top teams in the fifth region of play. We'll continue to scroll, see if anything else comes through here. And in girls basketball, it was Bardstown that defeated Washington County 62-12. Was the final score of that game. It doesn't seem like much more comes in. Again, the Lady Cougars fell at Hart County by a final score of 56-30. And Grayson County in boys basketball here at East Hardin falls to Central Hardin by a final score of 65-43. We'll come back, talk to Coach Travis Johnston after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground. together.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Here we go.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Old East Hardin Middle School, where Grayson County falls to Central Hardin by a final score of 65-43. Joined now by the head coach of the Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston. And Coach, for one, I know you said, I guess whenever it was the last time we talked, the days run together, I think it was Friday against Edmonson County, that you thought this is maybe the best team on your entire schedule. Now, there aren't many teams that you take away a guy that averages 27 points a game and you can still say that they're a really good team. I think Central Hardin can be one of those teams because they didn't miss a beat without a stud.
Yeah, and obviously Decker is very, very good. D1 signee as a junior and whatnot, but they're not a slouch without him. I mean, I picked them. Personally, nobody asked me because nobody cares about my thoughts, but I personally picked them to win the 5th region. I still think they're the best team in the 5th region, and Jaggers can play, and then you throw out a 6'6" kid off the bench who makes 4 threes and scores 18 points. I mean, it's hard to stop, and then you got 6'7" inside, and who's I don't know if he's a Division I player, but I would say he's a Division II player.
He's got a bunch of D2 offers, too.
A bunch of D2 offers. I thought he did. I wasn't for sure. And then you got Hobbs, who probably has some Division II, maybe low Division I football offers. It's a tough team. And when you take out a player like that and you insert just shooters, it's tough, especially as quick as Jaggers is and as big as they are. And you just plug in shooter here, shooter there, and all they have to do is stand there, catch, and shoot, and it makes their job pretty easy. So I truly believe that, and I know nothing about next week as far as Warren East and Chattanooga School of the Arts and Sciences and Crafts or whatever it is, but I truly believe that we may have already played the 2 best teams on our schedule with Ohio County and Central Hardin.
There's a lot we can talk about with a game like this, and, I mean, I guess we can start with the negative and we can finish on the positive part. The free throws tonight, I mean, I know you probably are about to blow up just based on that because I'm sure it's not like, I mean, and it's also not like your kids don't know it. Yeah. I mean, 4 of 15 tonight from the free throw line. It wasn't the difference in this game, but Edmonson County would have been the difference, you know, when that game was, and I don't know what it was, I guess 4 of 10 in that game. But there are going to be games this season, and I know we talked about this a lot last year, and there was even a game, I think, late in the season, and you might remember what it was, where you all made your free throws, and it was pretty much the reason why you won. No. I don't remember which one it was. It was a 5 or 6 point game.
I know one of the district tournament games. It was.
It might have been Butler County.
I think we shot 19 for 22.
I think it might have been Butler County, the game that I'm thinking of. But is there anything you can say about it?
There's obviously a mental block, and
especially with River, you can tell.
Yeah, and I tried a different approach tonight. Obviously, that didn't work out. But the thing that bothered me, number one, we talked about this last year, and I know Todd talked about it with you last year. They're momentum killers. I mean, we had it 19-17 there in the second quarter, and we go to the line 3 or 4 times, and we get nothing out of it, not even a point, and then they turn around and go on a 12-0 run to end the half. I mean, they're momentum killers, and what I didn't like tonight is how it affected us. Now, I know you're going to be ticked off if you miss a free throw and stuff like that, but all 5 guys it affected. I think they even got some transition points off of missed free throws, which should never happen. It just affected us way too much, and it was in the scouting report, and we talked about it a lot. We have to be tougher than that, and we let it affect our transition defense, and they went on a 12-0 run, and it was kind of it just snowballed from there. But if we miss them, I'll never be mad at a kid for missing a free throw. What I'm mad about, except for River, he's tough enough to be able to take that, and he's good enough to be able to make them. But it cannot affect the defensive end. And right now we are absolutely terrible on defense. We couldn't guard a Coke can on the floor if it was full and just standing there. So we can't let, if you can't guard anyway, you can't let missing shots affect you even worse on guarding on the defensive end.
I think your positive is that I thought River made some good moves on the inside. I mean, there were some points, and I know this happened at times last year as well, where it was just get him the ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, too, was not necessarily – because sometimes that could be a bad thing. I just keep giving River the ball. But I think part of it was probably a good thing tonight because he was making shots.
Yeah, and I'd like for him to finish a little bit better, but he was getting fouled. And I told you before the game that we worked on some things to put River in different spots, move him around, things like that, so people can't just focus on doubling. When they went zone, we stuck him in the middle, and he made pass after pass after pass after pass. And when teams go zone, guys move, especially Dylan. They are really good together when they do that, and guys move and space, and because they know he's a good passer and doing it. Our sets revolve around River and most of the time and stuff like that, but we don't move like that when it's man offense. We set a screen, we swing, we go here, we hit inside, we're supposed to cut, but in man offense we just kind of stand there, and that's why you're seeing us right now have River big numbers, and then you're seeing 7, 6, things like that, and River's going to have big numbers for us every game, but too many guys aren't putting more out there on, in particular, transition, moving without the ball, offensive rebound, those things like that to get to steal us some points. We're not getting those, and we have to get better, or we're going to be scoring in the 40s a lot.
Coming up on Friday, you play Adair County, who is a really talented team. I'm looking at their record right now. They're 5-1.
Yeah.
They lost to Campbellsville, who you lost to as well. They lost to them by 9. You lost to them by, 14?
15.
Give or take 15? They play Taylor County right now, who is another team you played in a scrimmage. Obviously, I know that's different. We can talk about it more on Friday as well, but obviously Adair County has to mean something to you, too, as a player when you played as – in fact, to Grayson County as a whole, it's the only time that the Cougars have ever won in the Sweet 16 was against Adair County back in 2009. How does your team end the 4-game losing streak? I guess just make it as simple as that.
Our mindset needs to be, and I actually think that Todd for the girls talked about this before the UHA game. It's kind of a must-win for us, and that's not to put any pressure on us, but our mindset needs to come out there, and we are focused every single possession for 32 minutes because we need a win. It's a must-win. And we have to have that mindset, and we have to have it starting tomorrow in practice. We have not practiced very good. Part of it's me. Part of it is we're not going very hard. Part of it's we can't simulate certain things. But we're going to have to start getting after it a little bit more because we have to have it's a must-win attitude on Friday. If we don't, then the Loy kid's going to come out and have about 30 on us again and get to not again, but 30 for him again on the season, and get to pick and choose what he wants to do, and we're going to have trouble with that. So we have to make it our thought process needs to be it's a must-win. We have to come out, and again, that's not a pressure thing. We have to lock in and focus and make sure we do what we're supposed to do to get a win.
Coach, I appreciate it as always. We will see you on Friday night. That's head coach Travis Johnston. We'll have more here coming up after this.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, Honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Emma Graham.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
That'll wrap up our coverage tonight here from Old East Hardin Middle School. Running down the scoring from this game as Grayson County falls tonight. For Central Hardin, they were led by Ace Jaggers with 23 points, Braden Robbins with 18. Grayson County was led by River Blanton with 16 points. We'll be back on Friday as the Cougars will host Adair County. We'll have the coverage of that game for you as they're turning off the lights on us. So that's our cue to get on out of here. So that'll wrap up our coverage tonight. I want to thank our K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. So until Friday night, this is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.